Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working our way through the sonnets, and today we've got sonnet number 90, which is yet another continuation because, like the Twitter thread that will not die, Shakespeare is in the process of sort of breaking up with the fair youth yet again over this jealousy that other people were writing about the fair youth and maybe they're writing better, but Shakespeare felt he was writing more true and all of that. And in the last couple of sonnets, he was like, if this comes down to an argument, I'm going to take your side because you probably shouldn't have been with me, in the first place. And at the very end of sonnet 90, he was like, I won't love myself because I shouldn't love something that you hate. So bringing in that idea that the fair youth or the listener now hates the speaker or Shakespeare. So sonnet 90 picks up right there and says, then hate me when thou wilt, if ever, now. Now, while the world is bent my deeds to cross, join with the spite of fortune, make me bow, and do not drop in for an after loss. Do not. When my heart hath scaped this sorrow, come in the rearward of a conquered woe. Give not a windy night, a rainy morrow, to linger out a purposed overthrow. If thou wilt leave me, do not leave me last, when other petty griefs have done their spite. But in the onset come, so shall I taste at first the very worst of fortune's might. And other strains of woe, which now seem woe, compared with loss of thee, will not seem so. So the basic sentiment of this sonnet 90 is, rip off the Band-Aid. If you're going to hate me, if you're going to leave me, please do it now and do it quickly, because yes, it'll hurt, but it'll hurt less if you do it now. So he's like, in the beginning, he's like, leave me now while everybody hates me, and because that'll make the most sense. But don't come crawling back to me later. Don't leave me now and then come back and say, ho, I was just kidding. We're going to rekindle this whole thing. And then by the end of the sonnet, he's like, if you're going to do it, just do it now. Because if you do it now, then anything else that I have to face is going to be much, much simpler, because losing you is the worst thing that I am ever going to have to endure. So we've been through a bit of a breakup with a bit of a betrayal before, a little bit curious to see if we're going to recover from this one and get back to lovey stuff, or if this is all just, if the rest of the sonnets about the fair youth are just going to be about the loss of the fair youth. Who knows? We'll find out. Come on back tomorrow for sonnet 91. Mwah.